Hi, this is Kay, and today we're looking at where are our clients. This is the 5th video in the series from Now Your Niche. So where are our clients? You can see this woman here is using the binoculars, and the idea is she's out there trying to find our clients. And that is the issue that most of us are facing in terms of needing to make or wanting to make money in our business. So just to recap, there are over 5 billion people on the planet, and I just need to find how many clients do you need to find? 5, 10? What is your ideal client number? Are you somebody who, for instance, is doing one-on-one coaching and you'd like to have 10 clients a week? Are you somebody who runs groups and you'd like to have 10 people in each group? The number is endless. There's 9 billion people on this earth, and the question is, how come most of us cannot find enough clients for us to make a living? So that's what we're going to look at in today's video. So visibility. The first thing is, if we look back to this picture, how many of these people, or how many of these 9 billion people actually know that you exist? How many of those 9 billion people know what you're doing? How many of them know the services you offer, or even where to find you? And the answer is probably, if you're like most of us, the answer is probably not many or not enough. So when we think about visibility, what we need to start looking at is, can your potential clients find you? That is the bottom line. If a client was looking for you, how would they find you? And a good exercise to do, if you haven't done it already, is to get a computer that you haven't used before, so one that doesn't have the cookies and all that sort of stuff on it with your name, and Google your name on that computer and have a look and see what comes up. Now, if your business doesn't come up, then that is telling you you need to look at making yourself more visible. Now, there's all sorts of ways to do that, and some of that is looking at search engine optimization or SEO. Some of that is changing or identifying the tags on websites, increasing your number of likes on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram or whatever. There's all sorts of ways that you can increase your visibility online. And if you don't see yourself coming up when you Google your name, then the bottom line is your clients aren't going to be able to find you either. So that is something you do need to look at. Other thing to think about is, okay, we've identified whether your clients can find you or not. The other thing to think about is, where are your clients? Now, if you are in a Facebook group of business people, how likely are you to find your clients there? And the answer is that if you're in a group of business people who are all trying to find more clients, then unless you're telling people how to find clients in a business group that you're a part of, then you're probably not going to be able to rely on those other people in the Facebook group who are trying to do exactly the same thing you are. So the thing you've got to ask yourself is, where do your clients hang out? Now, that can be online. So what sort of places would you find your clients? Are they more likely to be on LinkedIn or Facebook? Would they be somebody who hangs out on Instagram or Pinterest? Are they somebody who is more interested in YouTube, Google Hangouts? The list is endless. There's also lots of blogs and websites where your clients could be. So out of those 9 billion people, you can start to find your clients in places where they hang out. Now, in the old days, 20 years ago, before we were so reliant on the internet, we used to have to go out and find our clients. We'd go to networking groups and business forums and all sorts of places to find our clients. We'd advertise on the radio, on the TV, newspapers and magazines. We'd send out mail. I do remember the days of, putting stuff in brochures and pamphlets in envelopes and putting stamps on them. I remember walking around neighbourhoods with a whole stack of flyers and sticking them in letterboxes, and guess what? It was good exercise, but it really didn't get me many clients. I think I might have got one. So these days, in some ways, it's easier, but on the other hand, it's also saturated. So you need to be able to find your clients, and you need to be able to talk to them. How can they find you? As we also already mentioned in the previous slide, they need to be able to find you. So there's different ways of doing that. As I said, I suggested you Google your name. The other thing you could do is Google the service you offer and see if that comes up. And again, do it on a computer you haven't used before. The other question to ask yourself is, why would they choose you to work with? Now, we've talked about this a bit already when we talked about your story and your uniqueness, because those are the things that make you different to everybody else on the planet who's also looking for clients. You need to identify your own story and your uniqueness, and then find a way to tell your clients about that. We have talked about that already, so if you need to, you can go back and look at some of the previous videos. So I did a search of how to find clients. So I could tell you, okay, there's lots of ways to find clients. Go to Google and type in how to find clients. And I did that just as an exercise. And in 0.58 of a second, I got 14,200,000 hits on how to find clients. Now, I could be skeptical and I could say, okay, there you go, that's all you need to do. All you need to do is to get onto Google, and you've got over 14 million ways of how to find clients. And let's look at these. Find new clients, grow your business today on hit pages. And they've got a 4.5 star rating, and they happen to be an ad. Find new local clients today, get more customers today. And again, another ad. 33 ways to get more clients, and here we are. Ask for referrals, partner with agencies, browse job boards, follow up with lost clients, follow up with your network, run an ad campaign, start blogging, write an ebook. Now, I'm sure as we went through those, I can guarantee that you've all heard of those. Now, how to get 6 clients in 6 ways I will teach you to be rich. Wow, we don't have to worry anymore. We can go on to iwillteachyoutoberich.com and look at her blog about how to get clients. Wow, if only it was that easy. Now, if you think about this one, 33 ways to get more clients, here's the website. And it goes through 33 ways of getting more clients. Now, I can tell you also that you will probably find that most of them don't work, because unfortunately these 14,200,000 ways of getting clients, most of them, their idea is to get you to buy something from them. They guarantee they'll get you clients. Here's some ways to do it, and this is how much it's going to cost you. So if you want to see what he gets up to on this one, there's the web page for getting 33 clients. So far we've looked at your story, we've looked at your uniqueness and looking at your about page. We've identified what a niche is and how important it is to really be clear and nail your niche. And we've also just discovered there's 14 billion ways out there to get more clients. Now, the bottom line is, the one thing that we haven't talked about is your mindset. Do you really believe that you can do this? Because if you don't, then you won't be able to. So your mindset is changing your inner belief system to a point where that belief is there that you can make this work. Now, I'm not going to do a whole session on mindset because that's a whole new session. Just as a overview of mindset, the first thing is to learn the lesson. What is the universe teaching you right now about getting clients? Is it around patience? Is it around having that belief? Is it around getting clear about what you're doing and why you're doing it. So learn the lesson. What is the universe telling you? The other thing to do is to model successful business people. When I say that, I don't mean become their clone. I mean, look at how did successful business people that you know get their first clients. And most successful business women especially are quite happy to share how they started. So if you go to somebody like Tash Corbin, you'll learn that she started putting out there that she wanted to work with corporate clients one-on-one coaching, and then as she got into it she realized that's not what she wanted to do, so she changed it to artists, and as she got more and more artists on board, then she realized that her passion was helping people to start their business. That's how she started. If you look at Denise Duffield Thomas, she talks about turning up week after week after week, running groups on coaching, life coaching, and as she got into it, she started running programs on how to increase your luck. That turned into her money boot camp. So she again is quite open about what she did and how she got her first client. She talks about on her first webinar that she ever did that one person turned up, and that the person who turned up wouldn't say anything. They didn't ask any questions, and so Denise just went ahead and answered questions that people might have asked if they'd been on the webinar. So is that something that works for you? If you're somebody who only wants to work one-on-one with people, then you've got to look at your mindset. Can you actually see yourself doing it? How have you got yourself ready to work with people? I was talking to somebody once, and they told me it was very interesting, they just finished their psychology degree and they were setting up their private practice on working one-on-one with people. So I said to her, so how are you going to get your clients? And she said, oh, well, I've got my business cards. And I said, okay, so you've got your business cards, what are you going to do with them? And she said, oh, well, I'll just, people will come. And it reminded me of that line in the baseball movie, now the name of it's gone, Field of Dreams, where they said, build it and they will come. Well, it wasn't just building the stadium. They actually had to go out and tell people what they were doing, and they had to invite the baseball teams in and the coaches and the players and the audience and whatever. So it's more than just buying a set of business cards, which most of us don't even have anymore, and assuming that people are going to start turning up at the door. Another person said to me that when I asked them how they were going to get clients, and again this was somebody new in their business, they said, well, I've got my website. And I said, so how are people going to find you? And they started telling me, well, that's all I need. I've got a website. They can send me their email address and make an appointment, and I'm ready to see them. It doesn't work that way. So have a look and see what other successful business people have done and how did they get their business up and going, and is there anything there that you could learn from. You need to also challenge your limiting beliefs. If you find yourself saying things like having trouble getting clients, or I'll never get enough clients, or I'm not going to make it, you need to challenge those beliefs and turn them around. And there's all sorts of ways of doing that, turning them into a positive affirmation, saying it to yourself using tapping or EFT. There's lots of ways you can do that. Identify and acknowledge what your goals are. And so where are you heading? What is it you want? And when do you want it by? One of the most powerful things you can do is write your goals out as if you've already got them, and then post them somewhere on your office wall, on your computer screen, on your my desktop has actually got my goals, so that when I turn my computer on, my goal is sitting there, so I see it on a regular basis. Problems or opportunities. Now this is a powerful one. What can you learn from your problems? So instead of, because I hate to tell you, you're still going to have problems. There's going to be setbacks, there's going to be blocks, there's going to be times when you feel like it ain't going to work. Stop and say, okay, what can I learn from this? What is happening here and how can I turn it around? Visualize the outcome. Very powerful. What is the outcome you want? And this is also comes back to the why that you're in business in the first place. And you need to believe in the process. Have a belief in the process that you're going through. Now, it's all very well for me to sit here and say, okay, these are 7 ways to change your mindset, or to encourage your mindset to be on a positive note. It is easier said than done, I know that. However, the more that you work on your mindset, the more likely you are to have the clients you want. So that belief in yourself, having your goals, knowing that you can actually do it, are the ways to do it. Now, the other thing to do here is to have a coach that is your cheer squad, that is supporting you, that is encouraging you to be on the path that you're on, is looking at ways that you can do better than what you're doing, challenging you in the things that don't work and supporting you in the things that do. So I would say here to throw in having a coach, and the coach always needs to be somebody that you can work with, that you feel comfortable with, and who isn't just there to sprout off some theory, but is very much involved in you and your process and not what they think you should be doing. So to recap, for the last 5 days in our program together of Nailing Your Niche, we've defined what a niche was, and here we talked also about really identifying the niche that you are focusing on, making sure that you had made it a narrow niche rather than talking to everybody. We also looked at telling your story, so one of the worksheets was around looking at some of the highlights, if you like, from your life and how you could share them as a way of your clients getting to know you more. We also identified your unique traits, and when we worked on your unique traits, we also then put those into a paragraph that you could use in your About page, and there's an example of that on the video. So as I said, wrote your About paragraph based on your uniqueness. You are unique, there's nobody else in this world exactly like you, so let's hear about you, let's meet you and bring that into the business that you're running. We also did discuss finding clients. We did that today, and in our Zoom call this morning we actually did focus on finding clients and some marketing ideas. And today in this video we also looked at just a very brief overview of mindset, and that was around looking at how your mind is a powerful tool in terms of you becoming successful in your business, or being the success that you know you can be. So what's next? There's always more to learn. This is just a start, and anybody in business can tell you that they learn about business and business strategies and ideas and mindset and belief and patterns every single day. The Facebook page, I'll keep that up so it can be there in terms of you keeping you posted of what's happening, answer any questions, giving you feedback. And I do have a special offer for people who've been in our first program, and you can see that where I'm offering a 1-hour coaching session on Facebook for those of you who've been involved in this Nail Your Niche program. So that's it in terms of our last video. I hope you found this useful. I've certainly had fun, and I've also enjoyed putting this together for you, getting the worksheets done, and also the Zoom calls for those of you who are able to join us on those. So thanks again. I hope we can see each other soon, and as I said, I'll have a look at the Facebook page. Having a coach one-on-one to help you, to support you and to challenge you can be your next step in moving forward in nailing your niche. So as I said, Kay Ross from Nail Your Niche, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye bye.